How long have I been doing this? October, end of October, I started doing it. The show hasn't changed much. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show. The beginning of the show is kind of a news roundup in the style, kind of like the Daily Show, kind of like the Weekend Update from SNL, kind of. Oh, streaming as a whole. Wow. But streaming as a whole, about a year ago, actually, I started streaming. Fun fact. I first streamed in 2008. I streamed the Resident Evil 5 demo, and my Xbox got the red ring of death during that on the stream. So that's fun. But yeah, that was on Justin TV. That was before Twitch even started. So if I had continued streaming in 2008, it'd be a whole different world. Kind of like Man in the High Castle, tying it all back together. But I've been doing this show specifically since October. But I started streaming. I used to stream all the time, and now I stream less often. I'm gonna pick it up and start playing games that annoy me because I got the most viewers when I was dying horribly and complaining at a game. That's someone once said in a stream I was doing for Super Mario Maker. They once said, "You you like suffer in a fun, in an entertaining way." Something along those lines. And I was like, okay, I guess that's good. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I suffer well? Very strange. Very strange. Do I not have a... Put that back. Oh, my dashboard. Oh no. What is this? This was a fun solution design of this. I'll just let that play. Fun fact about The Witness, the Steam version doesn't have trophies. It just has 2 achievements. Or 1. It might only have 1. It's not nice. The PlayStation one has a bunch of trophies. I want trophies. I also want Steam trading cards. That's not nice. Not nice at all. I do. It seems like it's... Oh, the chat's probably really far delayed because my internet fucking sucks. Oh man, the Souls games are phenomenal. Bloodborne was my game of the year last year for leaps and bounds beyond anything else. I actually just played through Scholar of the First Sin. I played through Dark Souls 2 twice, but I never played the changes for Scholar of the First Sin. And that was good. I also never played the 3rd DLC set, so that was good too. Dark Souls 2 is the dark horse of that, and it deserves it. It just feels kind of lifeless in a lot of ways, and not as interesting as Dark Souls 1 or Bloodborne. Bloodborne's amazing. But yeah, I've streamed Bloodborne. I streamed Bloodborne on launch day for a while. But I'm not like a huge. I'm not obviously not popular. Clearly, I mean, plush toys like me, but people, I don't know. It's about 30 seconds. See, you say that. You say it's about 30 seconds, but I mentioned that like 2 minutes ago. So I don't know. Are we in a time vortex? I don't know what's happening. But yes, Dark Souls is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I could ramble on about Dark Souls for a long time. It's the best. The Souls games, Demon Souls through Bloodborne, is the best thing to happen to gaming since Half-Life 2, maybe, which is a revolutionary game. And the funny thing about Dark Souls is that it harkens back, obviously, to a time before, but it does it in a new, updated way. It modernizes classic kind of how gaming works. See, that's an interesting point too, because I love Bloodborne, and I just finished Dark Souls 2 this last weekend, and I did pretty much everything in it. And after I was done with it, I was done with it, right? But after Bloodborne, I got the platinum in Bloodborne. Like, I kept playing it. I kept doing all the pieces of it. The DLC was amazing. I finished the DLC, and my first thought was, okay, let's do this again. Let's play this again. It has some intangible factor to me with the faster gameplay that's easier in some respects, but more fun. And I do like the game particularly because it brought in some people that were too scared off by Dark Souls, which honestly isn't that difficult if you just stop acting like a fool. It always pissed me off, and I'll get back to your point. It always pissed me off when I'd see people at preview events for like Dark Souls 1, and after I'd played Demon Souls, and I'd see them, and they're on IGN, right? And they're playing this video, and they're not locking onto anyone, and they're just running around, and I'm like, who are these people that don't know how to play games, that don't? And it's a stupid thing to say because every Souls game could be someone's first game, but the game tells you to lock on, man. Like, chill out. You can't just swing your sword wildly. The lack of depth. I agree. Only being able to upgrade your weapon in terms of blood gems is a little limiting, obviously, especially compared to Dark Souls or any of the Souls games, actually. But also the equipment. I found the equipment very disappointing in the fact that there's one set you can get at the beginning of the game, kind of hidden if you know the game pretty well. And right before the first boss you can fight, if you go back the other way and you go through this hole in the ground and you go down there, there's a good set of armor. That's the set of armor. I've beaten the game 3-4 times. That's the set of armor I use for the entire game. You can get it right at the beginning. All the other sets of armor are only minor changes, minor things. And in that respect too, the blood saw, is it called the blood saw? Doesn't matter. That's the weapon I use for the entire game. Like, that's my weapon. That and the tontritis or whatever it is. Those are like, but besides that, that's my one weapon for the entire game, and that's cool and fine, but I would like more diversity and more actual reasons to try these weapons. And maybe harkening back to like a Demon Souls day where you needed to have a piercing weapon. You needed to have it. If you didn't have a piercing weapon, you would be fucked at certain points. You needed to have that. You needed to have something with a slash damage. You needed to have something in your arsenal with blunt damage. You needed it. And with Bloodborne, they really took that back to just hit anything with anything. It's fine. I very seldom in the Souls games use the items like the lightning urns and to imbue your weapon. And in Bloodborne, they're entirely unnecessary because you can just dodge anything, and it's fun. Saw cleaver, yeah, not blood saw. You could just fight anything with anything, and that's fine. That's fun. That's great. But it's like there is depth that was stripped away. There's things like a leveling up, which I think actually is probably for the best. Going back to the Dark Souls 2 leveling up system, it's very, I won't say it's convoluted because that belongs to Demon Souls, is the most convoluted one. But it's very kind of just, oh, well now you get to see how to solve these puzzles. Although I fucked it up. It's easier to understand what's happening, and I think that's better as a whole. But yeah, they completely, for all intents and purposes, they got rid of magic, which I know they didn't. There's the things you can still do that use bullets, but I never used them. I never needed to. I never cared. That's the thing that, like in all Dark Souls games, Dark Souls 1 and 2, I always have pyromancy because it's that little ace in the hole, that little thing in your pocket that you like. I might need a projectile. I might need that, and it might come in handy. But with Bloodborne, specifically because of the regain mechanic where you can heal after getting hit, it changes the entire game. And for the better in a lot of ways, but it does, circling back and rambling on, it does strip away components. Oh my god. The most frustrating thing, I'm glad now you can, if you watch a demo of any of the Souls games from E3, generally it's fine. But back in the day, man, when Dark Souls 1 was coming out, and you'd watch videos, I'm sure it still happens now, but you'd watch these videos of these people playing these games, and it's not even like, I get Dark Souls is hard. I get it. I get it, it's hard. I get it. But you know that going in, and even if you don't know that, why are you playing like a buffoon? Like rolling in circles, and they're aggroing everything, and I'm like, that's partially the reason why I don't watch previews for Souls games, because it's infuriating. It is so infuriating to see these things, and I can't stand it. I can't stand it. The game fucking tells you press X to use the ladder. It's not hiding anything from you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable to me. But I have a headache now because of this. It's unrelated. I've had a headache all day. But yeah, the Souls games are amazing. I would take a new Souls game every day. No, every couple months. I've said this somewhere, but I would pay a monthly fee to just have a couple of new dungeons every month in a Souls game. You know, just, oh, I pay $5 a month and I get a dungeon every month for Bloodborne. Okay, I'm down. I'm down with that. I'm down with that in perpetuity. Yeah, magic is gone. You can't, that's the other thing. You can't purely be magic, which, to be honest, fuck, where'd my head? Oh, I've only ever done one magic only playthrough of a Souls game, and that was in Demon Souls. And even then, obviously, I had a sword, because you just can't be popping mana herbs or whatever. It was spices, probably, I think, in that game. But yeah, it is disappointing to see magic, and it's very interesting to see magic coming back in a different way in terms of an actual mana bar in Dark Souls 3. I wonder what that could possibly mean. And you are right. I always thought they're shit on purpose to make the game seem harder. I think what you're saying is that they make the demos harder than the actual game in those E3 demos, and that is true. I've gone to E3 3 times. The last E3 I went to was 2014, and I'm glad I didn't go last year, and I probably won't go this year because it's once you've done it 3 times, it's kind of like, all right, I'm done. Even twice, the third time I was just like, this is old hat. This is almost boring now, which is sad. It's amazing, but it's like, I've done this. I would say go to PAX if you want to go to any show. Anyway, they do make the demos harder. They do things that are like, well, in the actual game, you don't have this many health potions. You don't have this much health. There aren't the damage values. Like I was playing, oh, what was it? It was Dark Souls 2. It was Dark Souls 2. And I could tell, like they were fighting these normal enemies, and it took like 3 hits to kill them, or 3-4 hits to kill them, and you were doing like 800 damage to them. But they were just normal grunt enemies, and if you played any Souls game, you know 800 damage for just a random like zombie is a lot. So they're definitely skewing things to make it be more difficult. Maybe they're making it more difficult, but it's still the easier enemies. There's definitely some funniness going on. They do that for sure. I don't know why, but I can't think of any other specific examples. I played the Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2 DLC, the first one, at E3. Was that the last? I don't know. Whatever year it was. 2013. And that was appropriate. Like, that was how that was in the game. Because they basically gave you an end-level character. So it's about appropriate. And I think I played it for about 30 minutes. Which is too long. But that was fun. I've been to Gamescom. Gamescom's supposed to be crazy. Gamescom's supposed to be packed as shit. I would say if you've been to Gamescom, you've been to an E3. You've been to it. You've been to a show that's bigger than E3. You know, you must be in the UK. Well, I would imagine. You're not flying from here and going to Gamescom and not going to like PAX or something. I would imagine. But E3 is great. And E3 is weird though. It's really like I don't understand E3 in a lot of points. Like it's supposed to be for media, and that's how I went because I write for a website, and so I was able to go through them. So I was there with a media badge. But then there's all these people running around, and there's like kids sometimes, and there's not supposed to be kids, and it's a weird place, and it's not laid out very well. I understand Gamescom kind of has a well, that train of thought just ran away. Gamescom is going to be set up about the same way as an E3. You know how the booths are, and it's going to be the same demos, really, too. It's only a couple months after. It's all the same demos. That's the thing. One year I went to GDC, E3, and PAX Prime in the same year, and that is stupid and overkill. Never do that. But that was a fun year. I just graduated college, and they show the same demos. Like there was the same demo I played at GDC at PAX, and a lot of the same demos were the same ones that you played again. Like I played the same Metal Gear Revengeance demo that was at E3. It's the same one at PAX because they're not making all these demos. And it's also a bunch of garbage too. When you hear devs say, "Oh, we don't want to release a demo," that takes time away from our thing. And I'm like, I played a demo of your game at E3. So don't lie to me and say you didn't have time to make a demo. You did, and you released it only to the press. There was a demo of Tomb Raider because I saw it at PAX. Okay, so it exists. The demo exists. They don't put the demos out anymore, or rather, they don't want to spend the time and money really on polishing a demo and making it bug free, because these demos do sometimes have a little bit of issues, but sometimes they're the same demo. Like the Resident Evil 6 demo I played at E3, same demo that they released of the game, so it's a little funny. It's a little funny when I hear developers say they don't take time, they don't want to take time away to make a demo when they do for E3. So that's all I'm saying. Central Europe, Czech Republic. Czech Republic, that's a real place? No, just kidding. Don't ask me to point it out on a map. I'm bad at geography. That's cool though. Worldly site. I mentioned I write for the GameFanatics.com. I don't write too often anymore. I kind of am doing this show as I kind of want to parlay this with them and attach it to their brand as well, but it'd still be my show. And just talk to people, talk to people about games, because apparently some people like that. A lot of people. I could link the site. Boom. The last thing I did on the site was something that won't be relevant to you in the Czech Republic, but about Amazon Prime and GameStop and Best Buy gaming deals. So that's irrelevant to the Czech Republic. But besides that, why is my internet being spotty, man? It sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. Here's more witness. See, there's this puzzle. Oh, I could have solved it right there. Damn it. Damn it. Puzzle solution right there. This is an example of good puzzles that you can run into early and not quite be sure what they want you to do. Very cool. Very, very cool. But I think that's it. I think I've rambled on enough for today. Thanks for hanging out. Come say hi whenever. I'm here. No one else is here. but I'm here. Always here. I say 3 p.m. Pacific time, but if you're in the Czech Republic, I don't know when that is, or when to tell you that is, but it's now an hour ago. That's what time it is. Every Friday, if you have anything else to say, I'll be here for about a minute. But nice talking to you. Have fun. Merry internet to you. And how do I change this thing? How do I get off this thing? I don't know. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to make a. I need to make a show's over slide. It took me 6 months to realize that. Go to work or go to sleep. Go somewhere. What are you doing? This is crazy. Crazy. So it's wow. So it'd be at midnight. It's the late night show, right? Oh, so my references for SNL might not be a good reference point. You probably have. I don't know. I don't know how things work outside of America. It's the only country, right? I've never heard of other countries. I don't know. I don't know how space works. The time. All right. Catch you later if you want to hang out. Next week, same time, hour before. Thanks for being here. And have fun. Go to sleep. Go to work.